Hello guys, welcome to the advanced step-by-step guide on how to take online surveys, how to make money from online surveys. In this video, I'm actually going to take you through the step-by-step guide on how I'm doing the online survey and how I'm making my money from it. We all run to some certain issues at a point in online survey. Everyone gets disqualified as well because sometimes some certain surveys might not be for your demographic. You understand, something like that. So, but I think some of us has had enough experience in this field than some other people that are yet to cash out from it. And some people have been able to cash out before, but things have changed, stuff like that. It's still the same old ways that it's just even sometimes when you think you know everything already, there are still some basic things that you still need to pay attention to. If you miss them, you might have a problem with the particular survey you are taking, and you have to be careful on how you handle your survey profile as well, survey account on any platform you are. So it's necessary, and those are the things I also want to bring to your notice in this video. So to get started with it anyways, you can use your mobile phone or PC. If you are using your mobile phone, the best browser to use for survey on both Android and iPhone is Brave browser. So get a Brave browser to your mobile phone if you don't already have it. Alright. And if you are using PC like me, you will need an anti-dictate browser. Okay, you can download GoLogin or ArtsPower. I have video on how to set that up on your PC, and it's pretty much simple. Just download GoLogin, for example, from the official website and install it and open. Alright, we're still going to get into that. And if the survey platform have an application, you can download it instead, like Atapu. But some surveys are better being done on websites. Like Prime Opinion, for example, they have an application, and some people still, prefer doing it on the website, stuff like that. You are going to need a SOX5 proxy or a very strong paid VPN. You will need a number verification, a non-VoIP number verification, like a one-time verification number online. Even though some surveys require verification of the number several times. But we are not focusing on those surveys now. Alright, so probably a one-time verification number online. You are going to need that. VoIP number are text message numbers like Text Me, Text Plus, all this texting app. Their number is VoIP number. The ones that are non-VoIP are numbers that are for verification only, like Text Verified and others like it. You understand? So you are going to need a non-VoIP verification number, and number is one of the most important three things in this game, guys. Number site cast over time, leaving people that uses it vulnerable to shadow ban on survey sites. So you will have to seek help on what number works for others if you don't have an option. But once again, number is important. Alright. Another one is Gmail. If you are just starting out, I recommend creating a fresh Gmail. If it requires verification, you can verify it with a number of the same location you are choosing for your online survey profile. If you want your survey profile to be from the US and you are creating a fresh Gmail and they require verification, you must use a US number to verify the Gmail. And if you want your survey profile to be from UK and you are creating a fresh Gmail, you need to, if the Gmail requires verification, you have to use a UK number to verify. You understand? If the Gmail does not require, if you can create a Gmail that doesn't require number verification while creating it, fine, you can do that. But if it requires number verification, that is what I mean. So you are going to use the number of the location you are choosing for your survey profile. You understand? So that is another thing that will make your account strong and stand out. All right. So but if you can't afford to pay for verification number somehow, then you can use your old Gmail you've probably used for survey before, but not to register on the same survey site you used to sign up before. Okay, you are going to use it to sign up on a different survey website now. All right. Now, your demographic. One of the most important three things again is your demographic. You know, it's important to choose your demographic right, and it's important you remember every details of it all the time. So you will need to save it down in the notepad. All right. So here are some demographics I use, still using them currently, and the one that have worked pretty well for someone else too. So you can see for grab point and for nice survey. Yeah, I'm showing you this because you request it. So I mean for a price. So you can copy it and reshape it to your style. All right. Your demographic, by the way, is your profile details. Your about me, as you can see, having a car, being fully employed, married, and having a normal life with good job that can make you afford a very comfortable life. You understand? Something like that. And as you can see here, I usually work in either finance industry, real estate, IT, or like a senior management in an industrial manufacturing company. So these are my areas of work, and I'm always fully employed. You understand? So when you choose a demographic and set it up, it's crucial to take note of it because you'll always be asked in almost every surveys, and you must get your answers right according to what you have filled in your profile. So as you are filling in your demographic, just write it down in Notepad. That is why it is crucial to save it up. Alright. The last thing you are going to need is Proxy Manager app for your mobile phone. If you're on PC, you can just use an anti-dictate browser. It's okay like that because you are going to insert your proxy inside the anti-dictate browser. But for if you are using a mobile phone, you are going to need a proxy manager, and for Android, you can get Super Proxy or Tune2 app. As you can see on the screen, these apps on the screen, and this is pretty much how to run Super Proxy when you've installed it. Click on Add a Proxy. If you are seeing HTTP protocol by default, click on the protocol here to change it to SOX5 because that's what you want to use. Then put your proxy name. You can put any name. Put your IP address here. Put your port here. Authentication method lets you add proxy username and password, but it's not always necessary. Alright, so you can add them or leave it. But most importantly, add your IP address and port, then click on save at the top right corner. Yeah. After that, you will see the information like it is on the fourth page here. And to run it, click on the start button below and it will bring this connection request pop up. Give it permission and you are good to go. Alright, so that is it. And for iPhone, you will need to get Potasio Proxy Manager. Alright, for your iPhone if you are using an iPhone. So open it up after installing and click on add a proxy. Click on add manual input below here on the following page. And on the third page, as seen on the screen here, you'll see type at the top. Click on it to change it from ShadowSox to SOX5. Then click OK at the bottom. So input your IP address in the host section and port in the port box. You can also add username and password here for the SOC as well. If you click authentication here to change it to password, it's usually at none by default. But then since it's not necessary and anyhow you want to do it, if you don't want to add it after you've added the ports, IP address and ports, click on done above here to save it, and it will bring it up like this. You can click on this play button below to start the proxy, then proceed to wa.net to cross-check your location. When you want to stop the proxy from running, come back to Potatio and click the stop sign. The play sign changes to stop when you put it on. So that's pretty much how to use Potatio as well. Alright, now you know how to set up your proxy on mobile phone, get your demographic ready, and have your Brave browser downloaded, then you are good to go. Alright, I'm using PC, and if you are using PC, you can get a Go login and sign up on it. You'll be given a 7 days trial, and once the 7-day trial runs out, just log out and sign up with another Gmail to get another 7 days trial. You have to get this trial to use Go login actually, and then you come up with this interface. When you sign up, you can mark all these profiles and delete them. Then click on add profile here to add a profile. Change profile name or leave it as it is. I will add an extension as well, clear cache extension. I'll search for it and then add it. Then back to proxy. I will add my proxy address here, port here, and also add the username and password. But I don't always add it. I mean the username and password. Then check if it's working. Good. Then create profile and run. First, I'll check my IP location like you should do on mobile phone too once you connect your proxy. Very good. Very good. Okay, good. As you can see, the disguise is 100%. Very good. Another thing I do on PC is to on a free or paid VPN in the background before I turn on the Go login. It helps shock the DNS leak sometimes, but you have to set the location to the region your Go login browser location is set to. If your Go login browser is set to United States, you have to set the VPN to United States too. And the limitation with the Proton free VPN I use is that you might need to connect and disconnect for about 7 times or more before it will connect you to the United States. You don't get to choose, but it's just an extra caution. You might not even use VPN, especially if you are using a mobile phone. If you don't take surveys on PC, you won't be needing all this. So you might not need this. It's just an extra caution anyway. So let's move on. Best survey platforms to make serious money from right now is grabpoints.com, nicesurvey.com, and Atapu. Grabpoints.com, nicesurvey, and Atapu. These are the 3 best surveys that I've seen guys cashing out in a real time nowadays. And not just them, people are still on almost every survey platforms. I'm just giving you this. If you are just starting out, you have to look into one of these 3, especially nicesurvey or GrabPoint, because Atapu will require you to download an app and you can try it as well. Alright, people are also cashing out on Prime Opinion, but in this video we'll be taking a survey on GrabPoint to demonstrate how properly surveys should be answered. So when you get to grabpoint.com, just sign up with your Gmail and password. But I have an account, so I will just log in. Some surveys let you see what you feel as your demographic in your profile. Even if you forget something, you can always cross-check before taking a survey. You understand? So that is the importance of it. And some surveys don't show it, which is why it is important to write down your details as you fill it in your profile. You understand? Regarding phone number, Some survey sites require it when you are signing up, and some requires it after taking some surveys. Some also requires it when you want to withdraw. For GrabPoint, they require it when you want to withdraw, so I recommend you wait till that before you add your phone number and address. Alright, so I'll go ahead and take a survey now. Also, this guide comes with mentorship, so you can always be in my DM asking questions about what you don't understand, and I will elaborate more. What I know is you must cash out. So let's get to it. When you write down your demographic in somewhere in a notepad, whenever you come across the question, you check it, you check it, you check it. When you are asked, you give the correct answer. And when you forget anything, when you forget any of it, you can go back to your notepad and check it from there. You understand? Now look at this place, for example. It says it's asking for my household annual earning. I think I've forgotten off it, but I wrote it down inside the yes, 250k annual. So I'm just going to put 250k here. So that is the advantage of writing down your details. I'm also going to check for this in my notepad. Reward. I'm looking for real estate. So this is my industry. Yes. I'm going to go ahead and I already have all this information in my notepad. My age, I think is yes, 36. Another trick I use while taking survey is I get ChatGPT ready in another browser, because there will be some questions that you won't understand. I personally, as I am, there used to be some questions I don't understand, and when I look at the question carefully and I don't want to make a mistake, what I will do is use ChatGPT to answer the question. So I'll just paste the question for ChatGPT and get the reply from ChatGPT. So you get me now. So if you are using your mobile phone, you know definitely you are going to be answering survey question on your Brave browser. I already told you to download Brave browser. So maybe if you also have Chrome or Firefox, if you don't have it, you can go ahead and download that one too. So you can open ChatGPT and have ChatGPT there. So make sure you sign in with a Gmail, sign in to ChatGPT. So you understand. So then you will, anytime any question pops up that you feel like you don't understand and you don't actually want to get disqualified, and not all surveys allow you to do that though, because there are some surveys, the moment you leave that page, they will just cancel it or screen you out. You understand? But those surveys are very common in Prime Opinion. So not in GrabPoint or Nice Survey. I used to, I do use ChatGPT for surveys on GrabPoint. And so yeah, that's another trick, guys. That's another trick that works for me. You know, my last withdrawal on GrabPoint. I also have another GrabPoint account with $5. Maybe I'll probably log in that one too before the end of this video. My last withdrawal on that one ChatGPT helped me a lot for some surveys, but you should be careful. You'll have to be careful on how you use it though, because they are also monitoring your response. And people, when people see ChatGPT response, they know it. Especially when AI sees AI response, because sometimes these people too, they are probably using AI to analyze your responses, so stuff like that sometimes. And when I see those things, I rewrite it. Sometimes I take it to Quibolt, but that one can even be taking time sometimes. But sometimes I just paste it, and I don't usually use it for all surveys, just few questions. you know I use my tactics for this survey thing whenever I'm answering question. you know um if I said I'm a 36-year-old person that makes 250K annual income, including my wife, and I have two kids. So if I can get a good job and I'm raising a family that makes 250K annually, I'm trying for myself. So someone like this, even me self, I won't like to fuck up inside, you know, I won't like to mess up some of my questions, because I'm already seeing myself as a big man working in a company that makes like $5 to $10 million annually. I'm already seeing myself as a big man, so I won't like to mess up with my responses. So I use my tactics. Because the moment I gave them my profile, my demographic, they already picture me as okay, okay, this one now, okay, this is maybe an elite person, having a good job, blah blah blah. That's how you be saying this thing. When you are saying it like this, you be taking the question seriously, and you need to take the question seriously. That's just all about this. That's just all about survey. You understand? So, and even when you are not used to it, you have to keep doing it, keep going. When you keep going, you definitely get used to it. I wasn't used to this thing. In fact, there was a time I left it, thinking that, and it wasn't brokenness that brought me back into it. I just decided to make it a challenge for myself that, you know, I have to do this survey. And because there was a time I spent a lot of data and time on it, I get disqualified. So then one day I decided to make it a challenge for myself that, you have to make something out of this online survey. So, by answering surveys, I start getting better. And I'm in groups too, I used to join groups, I ask questions and all that. So that's just all about it, about survey. It's a game of tactics, and you have to be following up. It's okay to get screened out, get disqualified. It's okay to mess up with your response. You just have to be smart with that question. Because guess what? Even surveys, they do ask same questions different times. They might probably be testing you. Of course, they are testing you. If not, why would they be doing that? So they do ask different questions. So, but what they don't know is that if you got it wrong the first time, you are definitely going to try something else the second time. Or maybe they probably know that they expect you to also do that. So and that's how you learn too. When you see a question, you failed it. Maybe you ask from your colleagues and someone said, "This is what I choose, that I passed it." Okay, or when the question come up again, you pick a different answer and you got it right. So those are the ways of surveys. Your demographic really matters. And when you are submitting your demographic, you need to take a serious note of it, because it is very crucial that you study it and you don't forget it, because you always be asked in almost every surveys, you always be asked about your demographic. You understand? And your demographic is simply the details that you give them about yourself, the details that you're going to submit in your profile. The your about me is actually the demographic I'm talking about. You understand? And this is very, very important. You understand? It's very, very important because there are certain demographics that these people need for some surveys. So you have to be in the middle of every survey. Like you have to be in the middle of every survey to not be getting disqualified. The margins should not be too high. Imagine a 35-year-old person, you know, a 35-year-old person can literally, their such age is something that almost every survey will need. Of course, even surveys that take grown people will need it. Surveys that take young adults. These are they does this sometimes. They will ask you the same previous question they asked. They will ask you again, thinking that maybe you just choose a random answer. If you don't observe or pay attention to what you are doing, so you might actually make a mistake and give another response to the same question that they ask you again. So, and that might cause something. So little things like that. So that is why someone needs to pay attention while taking online survey. Understand? So, and you need to read too. You need to read. You don't have any choice if you actually want to get it right, because it won't be okay for you to spend a lot of time on a survey and get disqualified or screened out when you are in the middle or about to finish. So, which is why you need to pay. Survey platforms like GrabPoint, Prime Opinion, Acash, Top Survey, which one again? So survey platforms like those ones, they are very, they take number verification seriously. So whenever you verify your number and your account starts maybe misbehaving, you should know that okay, they don't accept that number. And sometimes your survey accounts might start misbehaving. Um and makes you think you are already having a problem with it, but maybe you just need to give it a time, give it a break. You understand? So another way to make maximize your profit from survey platform is that as I'm doing this grab points now, I'm going to take surveys. When you are on a survey platform and things seems not to be going well, after you've tried, maybe you've seen that you've been wasting up to 1 hour or two on the survey platform and you've not been able to get a survey done, just give it a break. You can log out of that account and go to another survey platform. So this is one of the ways to maximize your profit. You don't have to sit on one platform. You don't have to sit at try different platforms. So this is actually how this thing works, guys. This is how it works, and these are the little things that you need to apply, and when you apply them, it will work out for you. Definitely things will work out well for you guys. Things will work out for you. I'm also going to be with you in the Telegram group, in the WhatsApp group, even in my DM, as long as you put. So as you can see, I'm done with this survey. Eventually, I'm done with this survey, and I've received the reward for it. So this is pretty much it. You have to be calculative with your move when doing online survey, and I can assure you that you are going to enjoy the benefit of being cautious. You will eventually enjoy the benefit of being smart with your responses. You understand? So this is how survey goes, right? When informations that you can forget, you have to write it down. And another thing is, so that is all about this video, guys. And I'm working on some other tips that I can add to this, and that will be in like a second video. But I believe that with all I've said in this video, you are now well equipped enough to start your online survey journey, right? So let's fucking go. Don't give in to challenges, because challenges will come, and you face some things, you get tired, but we are in this together, because I'm an amateur myself. I'm not a professional, because I know people that have made a lot of money in this thing more than I have. Because if you remember, I told you there was a time I wasn't even giving my attention to this before I now finally get back into it and I see how it is. So that is it. If you want to make money on it, we are going to be together, discussing together, and we'll make money from this together. So yeah, that is it. If you have any other question, you can drop it in the group or drop it in my DM. Let's fucking go, guys. Let's fucking go. Whenever another premium video drops, another exclusive video, when it drops, I'm definitely going to share it with you guys. So yeah, peace and love. Don't play. Let's get to it.